Did you guys know that the International Maritime Organization has a specific convention about ships that are carrying nuclear material? That convention is known as the Convention Relating to Civil Liability in the Field of Maritime Carriage of Nuclear Material. It's also known as the Nuclear Convention. So whenever in the past I have explained conventions to you, I have always used the official language of the IMO. But today I thought I will try to explain it in simple language. I will use some words from the convention, but I will try to explain it to you the way I understood it when I went for my oral examination. So the Nuclear Convention came into force way back in the 1975, and on this convention, IMO worked with two main parties. The first party being the International Atomic Energy Agency, and the other party being the European Nuclear Energy Agency of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So together, these three parties decided to come up with a convention, and they had one basic aim in mind. What was that aim? So the aim here was that there were ships that were carrying a nuclear based material. All right. So what would happen? Who should be held responsible? Whose liability would it be to pay if there are any damages occurring due to the carriage of the nuclear material? So let's take an example. Say, for example, a ship is carrying nuclear material, and that nuclear material is not being carried or is not carried with proper care, and there is an explosion on the ship, because of which there is a heavy oil leakage, or there is debris lying around, the ship sinks, there is a wreck which is dangerous to navigation. Now, whose liability? When we say liability, that means whose responsibility would it be then to pay for the damages that arise from the maritime carriage of nuclear substances? So in this regard, what the convention did was it initially held the ship owner to be liable. So what the proposal given was that if the ship owner is carrying this material, and if any accident occurs, that must be the ship owner's responsibility. So if it has been due to the negligence of the ship owner's staff, that is the ship staff, or due to any other reason, because it is being carried by the ships and the ships are being operated by the ship owner, let's hold the ship owner responsible and liable for paying any damages that occur out of accidents due to the carriage of nuclear material. Now, if you're wondering who carries nuclear material, well, as you know, nuclear material or nuclear based material is used for many purposes. I think popularly you must be very aware of nuclear arms and ammunition and missiles, nuclear missiles. But the properties of the nuclear fission is also used by power plants. So many power plants in the world are nuclear power plants, and there are other purposes for using nuclear material as well, and because of which nuclear material may be carried on ships. Now, of course, the initial response was that let's hold the ship owners liable and ask them to pay for the damages, but it was not a very fair thing to do. So what this convention did with a period of time is that it said, okay, if not the ship owner, let's also hold the party that is shipping, importing or exporting the goods. For example, if there is a power plant, or if there is a any kind of installation, nuclear installation, who are shipping the goods. So basically the shipper of the goods, whether it's the importer or the exporter, as well as the ship owner, both will be held liable, and both will have to work out a contract where they would have to work out to what extent, what percentage of the damages will be paid by each. Now, of course, the ship owner is also covered by the insurance. So the insurance also protects the ship owner, but the insurance also doesn't pay the full amount, especially if it was due to the negligence of the operator of the ships. So in that case, of course, the contract should lay out who will be held liable, who will be paying for the damages, and what percentage of damages will be paid by the ship owner, by the insurer, or by the parties that is importing or exporting the goods. So that is the basis of this convention. I have explained it to you simply. If you're ever asked about this convention in your oral examinations, you should be simply able to explain it in the language that I have used. You don't have to use the official language of the convention. It is pretty simple as well. But if you understand the convention, then of course you can explain it in your own language. So I hope today's explanation was much better than the ones that I have done before using the official language. If not, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, guys, and all the best with your studies. Bye for now.